Good morning. I'm Dr. Ben here in Louisville, Kentucky. And for today's Wellness Wednesday, I decided to do a little differently here so that I could share a couple key things for you. And then I'm going to give you three action steps at the end. Okay. But first, what I want to talk about, I think a couple weeks ago, I talked about replenishing our nutritional bank account. Today, I want to talk to you about neutralizing one of the most significant silent accelerators of aging that we're exposed to in our brain and body and in our skin all the time. All right. And especially in today's busy, stressful world. I mean, so many uncertainties, shifts, things happening in the world that people are feeling the anxiety, the stress, and maybe wondered, perhaps you're wondering, how can I sustain? How can I cope? How can I renew? How do I get through? Well, the good news, you're here in this group and you have some amazing resources and tips from different ones of us. So go digest these in little bite-sized amounts at a time and put them into practice. And today I want to talk about neutralizing something called oxidative stress. And don't worry, it may sound technical, but what I'm going to describe is actually relatively easy. Okay. Now, what this is, think of it, the simplest way to think of it is rust. Just like a car, rust. Okay. Oxidation, rust is a form of oxidation. Well, our brain, our eyes, our tissues, our organs, our cardiovascular system, our immune system, our cells, our cell walls, and even our skin are constantly exposed to free radicals and oxidative stress. Now, the good news is nature, God has also provided us a way to balance that, okay? Because sometimes a little bit of that is part of your body's processes, but too much of it out of balance then starts to cause damage. And what we can do though is your body produces antioxidants. You've probably heard of those. Blueberries, fruits and vegetables, food with color in nature as they exist in nature. Usually color means it's got antioxidants in it. But actually raw seeds and nuts, minerals, different things have oxidative benefit as well. And one of the most famous ones is vitamin C. Okay, another one is beta carotene, carrots, squash, lycopene for tomatoes, all those different things. So think about one of your action steps today is just going to be on purpose adding some color from nature to your plate. Okay, at least once today on purpose. All right, so that's one thing. Okay, but the second thing I want to share with you is because you're part of this group and the person who invited you, you have access to teams of scientists that have studied ingredients around the world to find blends that have been actually clinically tested both for purity to make sure they don't have heavy metals, pesticides, all those things that are hard to control for. Sometimes even in certified organic ingredients, if they're not testing them directly, you don't know what's actually getting in that food from the soil. Okay. And to make sure it has the active ingredient from the plant that's been proven to get into your tissues and make a difference. And I just wanted to highlight a couple. One that actually addresses your nutritional bank account, but also neutralizes oxidative stress is something called Life Pack. And what I love about Life Pack, I'm just going to share one thing, is there is actually a clinical study. This is unusual. I don't know of any other multivitamin that has an actual clinical study like this on it that shows it slows the oxidation of LDL. Why do I mention that? It sounds a little technical, but LDL, as many of you may know, is the bad cholesterol. And oxidation of it is what makes it stickier and more damaging and unhealthy and more likely to create plaques. Well, there's actually a clinical study showing this specific blend actually slows that oxidation. All right, in addition to all the other benefits it does. And now there's even a more comprehensive one for those of us 35 and over or that just always want the best, the premium, the Mercedes or Rolls-Royce. It's Life Pack Nano. But this Life Pack family does that. So, and then I want to highlight another really interesting, unique blend that has, again, unique studies. Now, our brain is one of the organs that is most sensitive to oxidative stress. And how many of us, that is one of the organs we want to make sure it keeps functioning, right? That's where we find ourselves, right? In our brain that continues to think and act and allow us to function in the world. Well, there is actually a blend called Age Lock Youth. It's these little these capsules you just take two twice a day. Okay, these wonderful little blends, and our scientists screen thousands of ingredients to find 14 that blended together actually have this effect that neutralizes oxidative stress, balances inflammatory balances, helps regulate your systems that balance that, helps DNA protection, brain health, cardiovascular health, and so many systems head to toe, keeping them functioning normally so your brain and body work as they should. But the two studies I want to mention that are really intriguing Again, it's the only supplement in the world that I know that has this. There is actually a special type of magnetic resonance spectroscopy or a special type of resonance spectroscopy of the brain that shows that glutathione, a very key antioxidant. Any of you following health podcasts or reading about it may have heard about glutathione. Some people are trying to take it to get more into their systems, but it's hard to actually get that into the brain. But it's a really important antioxidant. All right, to neutralize oxidative stress. And there's actually a study on the brain with this blend showing it increases glutathione in the brain. It helps your body increase glutathione in your brain and neutralize that rusting, that antioxidative stress in your brain. Plus, they even went further. They did a clinical study showing that there's a healthy shift in areas of the brain lighting up to cognitive activity when people are on youth, okay, after being on it for a period of weeks. So this is really exciting. And then one other factor I just want to highlight for you guys, because stress is so big, and so our daily rhythms, our quality of sleep is so important. There's a line that our scientists have developed called Mind 360 for Mind New Day. And there's a blend that calms your nervous system, okay, and helps increase alpha brain waves, and it has lemon balm, which improves mood naturally. All right, and a wonderful blend with saffron, magnesium, and a dash of melatonin that fizzes in warm water. Rochelle and I take this every night before bed, and what I'm finding, when you consistently support your brain and body with healthy nutrients, healthy rhythms, there's a compounding effect. All right, and I find more and more I'm waking up feeling good for no reason, okay? And sometimes even forgetting where I am because I had such a deep sleep. Now, it doesn't always happen. I still have stress and different things like that, but my rhythms are much better supported, and it's also helping me unwind and turn things off so I can go to sleep at night. So these are just a couple of examples of unique blends from nature that you have. And one final thing, then I'm going to give you your 3 action steps, all right? That the person who invited you, we also have a technology that with light, based on Nobel Prize-winning light science, can in seconds give you an index of how well your body is protected right now from that internal rusting, that oxidative stress, so you can see where you are. Now, this is not widely available yet. It's expensive. You may or may not have access. If you have access, I highly recommend you see your score, because you get a performance guarantee as you get on these nutrients to see how it improves. But even if you can't get access to this, I have good news for you. Number one, you can still get these nutrients that have been proven all over the world to get absorbed, neutralize oxidative stress, and raise people's score. So you can still get the benefit, which is what matters. Second, we are just weeks away from taking this technology and converting it into something that is handheld and affordable that you can have and have access to, that in 15 seconds with the tip of your finger will be able to give you your score, and over time tell you more and more about your internal health status and progress. So those things are available to you. But the first step, here's your 3 action steps. Number one, add some color from nature to your plate today, at least once today, one step beyond what you maybe otherwise would have done. Okay. And give thanks for it and pat yourself on the back when you do. Step two, move your body. Okay, remember to move your body. That keeps everything circulating and flowing. And then step three, text, call, message the person who invited you to this group or who shared this video with you, and they can guide you to a next step, whether it is calming your nervous system and getting better sleep, or whether it is restoring your nutritional bank account and neutralizing that oxidative stress or supporting your brain health. Get with them. They can help you with these solutions, getting access at a VIP access specially for you. All right, that's it for today. Let me know any questions. All the best to you, and let's resource ourselves so we can really be healthy and present for our loved ones, for our lives, and for the days and years to come. Bye for now.